A Korean War soldier from Ritchie County was brought home over 70 years after his death in 1951. A special ceremony was held in his hometown. Our Peyton Brooker has more from Smithville.
A Ritchie County soldier who died in captivity during the Korean War has been returned home to be laid to rest. Sergeant Kester Hardman was taken captive by the Chinese Communist forces in December 1950 near the China-North Korea border. He would die of illness while being held as a prisoner of war at the age of 22 in April of 1951. According to a release from the Defense of POW MIA Accounting Agency, his remains were recovered in 1954 but were never identified. Sergeant Hartman's remains were buried at the National Memorial Cemetery on the Pacific in Hawaii. It wasn't until May of this year that his remains were finally identified through DNA.
The military gave me a book of everything, how they use DNA, dental work, to come to figure out who he was.
John Beaver, who was a funeral director at the Rigel Funeral Homes in Harrisville, said this was a first in his career.
Been in the funeral business now for 40 years, and this is the first POW that I'd ever been associated with.
Steve Hartman says he was too young to know about Kester, but knew he was family.
He died the same year I was born, 1951. But I just know through my grandparents that he was missing in action from the Korean War.
Shown in this video is footage of military officials bringing his remains by plane to Columbus, Ohio, where they were then brought to Smithville. A ceremony was held on October 12th at the Hartman Chapel Church with a 21-gun salute. Sergeant Hartman was then laid to rest at the Hartman Cemetery in Smithville.
In his case, he donated all. He gave everything he had, and he was a POW, which that makes a lot more value to what he did. He should be honored for dedicating his life to the service and then being able to be recognized and come home and go to his final resting place at where he should be.
It's just one thing it don't happen. I mean, I know there's a lot of people still yet that's still missing in action as far as it goes. And they did the right thing, I mean, for doing this for him.
Hartman and Beaver says they are thankful he finally returned home after 70-plus years.
He was a local boy, and that in itself, we're a tight-knit community, and we try to honor our own especially, and with him serving in the service and giving his life, it's very important for us to honor that person and give them a dignified service and laid to rest properly.
That's just where he was raised and born and lived here, why he was here, and it's good to have him brought back and be home.
This is Peyton Brooker in Ritchie County. WTAP News. This is home.